A weekend full of racing finales where championships reign and a new champion was crowned. Plus ATV MX gets tight. Endurocross is back. MotoGP races up Spain and all kinds of racing news. All that only on the Racer X Show. Hi, it's good to have you with us here on the Racer X Show. I'm Greg. Later, we'll have some bad news for American Superbike fans, good news for Supercross fans, especially for those in Canada and New England, and some new potential racer news. Well, that's enough chit-chat. Let's get going.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acerbis, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
It's time for our Supercross segment presented by Acerbis and the Monster Energy Supercross Series finale from Las Vegas, where in the 250 class, the Dave Coombs Sr. East-West Shootout Championship happened. Now, it was a race where you take the best from both championships, bring them together, and battle it out for prize money and bragging rights. And you know that in Supercross, a hole shot can mean a world of difference. And in this case, when Red Bull KTM's Marvin Musquin pulled the trigger, he was gone like a rocket. Unreal. That left a pair of GEICO Hondas, number 80 RJ Hampshire, number 34 Malcolm Stewart, who tripled out of the right-hander to take over second place. In third is GEICO Honda's Matt Bisceglia, chasing the 44 of Zach Bell, but this mistake took the Rockstar Husqvarna factory rider out of contention for a podium. No biggie for Musquin, who looked smooth, relaxed, and wicked fast. And no matter how hard Stewart tried to chip away at the lead, he'd have to finish second. The heel clicker and Musquin is your Dave Coombs Sr. East-West Shootout champion.
I was so ready for the start, for the shootout. It's a bummer. Cooper Webb had to sit down for that race with an injury, and many other riders didn't want to race this shootout, which is bad. I mean, it's so much fun to be here in Vegas. I know outdoors it's 2 weeks away, but I mean, we are racing. I mean, I'm so happy to get it done, and for my very last Supercross season on the 250.
Bisceglia with a fine third, Hampshire finishing 40 seconds behind the winner, Marvin Musquin. Before we move on to the 450 class, we want to extend our congratulations to Factory Honda's Cole Seely and Yamalube Star Racing Yamaha's Aaron Plessinger on earning the 2015 Supercross Rookie of the Year honors. Seely won out by scoring more points than standouts Blake Baggett, Jason Anderson, and Dean Wilson. And Plessinger earned his by a slim 3 points over RJ Hampshire. Well done. And now we move on to the 450 class, where for most of the season, Ryan Dungey has had his way. And on the night of the big Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, it was Dungey who came out swinging. The first jab came after the gate dropped in the long run to the hole shot line. It was number 5 Red Bull KTM's Ryan Dungey who got there first. So the key, by the time the field gets to the second turn, it bunches everyone up, allowing Ryan to pull a big gap. That's the body blow. But coming off the ropes and fighting back was number 3 GEICO Honda's Eli Tomac. These guys would exchange shots, and Tomac would lead the scorecard for a little bit in the opening round. But the KTM has got a fierce motor and came back right away. This is the fight that everyone in Vegas really wanted to see. That was until Tomac took the knockout blow. He loses his front end and his chance of challenging for the win. And in his 100th career start, Ryan Dungey takes his 8th victory of the season. Pike on the box again, along with an incredible pickup for Tomac to finish 4 seconds behind Dungey. The battle in Pro Moto is going to be great, but before all of that, here's Mr. Dungey.
I really wanted that win number 8. Forgot it was my 100th race.
Yeah, we did it again!
On me, yeah!
The dynamic duo. Thank you, Marvin.
But no, I really wanted that 8th win, and you know, it's an all-time high for me in a Supercross season, and that was the goal tonight. And Eli was on it all day, and he got stronger as the year went on, so he definitely didn't make it tough for us, but we were pushing at that moto.
Look, I know you're sad that Supercross season is over, but that means that you can start planning your trip for 2016 now. Here's a look at the calendar with some new venues announced. Only 2 Anaheims and 1 stop in Atlanta next year. But Canada on March 12th in Toronto at the Rogers Centre, Monster Energy Supercross is coming. And just before the big MetLife Stadium event on April 30th, a stop at the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots home field in Foxborough, Mass, Gillette Stadium. So hey, New England, Supercross without having to go through New York. Very nice. Supercrossonline.com has all the info you need, so go check it out. And now, our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. The fourth round of the MotoGP World Championship landed at Jerez de la Frontera in Spain, where a corner is named after movie star Yamaha's Jorge Lorenzo. A corner, and with good reason. He's the man at Jerez, with 5 career wins at the circuit. And reigning champ Marc Marquez was in the hospital 1 week ago having surgery on a finger, but still very competitive. In the end, Lorenzo dominated. Marquez beat points leader Valentino Rossi, and second in points, Factory Ducati's Andrea Dovizioso, all the way down in 9th. Rossi opens up a gap on Dovi, even though he lost 4 to Marquez. This is getting good. Moving on to some bad news, American company EBR Motorcycles, the maker of the 1190RX Superbike being raced by Larry Pegram's Team Hero EBR, has closed their doors in Wisconsin. And last Wednesday it was announced that the World Superbike race team has withdrawn from that championship. Now both Pegram and Nick Canepa, the Italian rider on the team, have scored valuable championship points this year. It's a shame on so many different levels they had to pull out. Speculation has Pegram working on a different brand of bike to stay in the series. More on that as it develops. If you'd like to see road racing on TV, World Superbike sans EBR will air on beIN Sport Network Sunday at 6 a.m. for race 1, followed by race 2 at 7 a.m. Those times are all east. And that is our road race segment, brought to you by Yoshimura. Okay, we had 2 wheels now for what turned out to be perfect weather for the third round of the Mountain Dew ATV Motocross National Championship held at Muddy Creek Raceway. And for Saturday's AMA Pro Class, one man stood out. Hetrick Racing Corrosion Specialty Honda's Joel Hetrick. He raced to a textbook 1-1 moto finish to secure his first overall win of the season and get things mighty close in the points battle. In Moto 1 on the first lap, we have motorsports.com Maxxis Fly Racing Honda's John Natale leading Joel Hetrick. After the big triple, Hetrick puts on this nice inside move with a little love tap. Natale, not wanting to give any ground up, pins it and goes flying. Huge crash for the 13. He'd be transported to the hospital. He's since checked out, healing, and is in good spirits. Back to the race, where that was the move for the lead and the win. All the while, points leader Chad Wienen of Wienen Motorsports Yamaha was recovering from a horrible start. The champ would carve his way through the field, all the way back up to second. Hetrick has won all 3 first motos this year, but not able to put the second one together. But when the Moto2 gate dropped, Hetrick added another SSI Decals Whole Shot Award point to his tally. But he didn't enjoy the runaway that he had in Moto 1. Wienen put on a charge early, passing Hetrick on lap 4. The intense battle went down to the wire, with Hetrick posting the fastest lap of the race. And when the 2 card came out to indicate 2 laps to go, Hetrick got back by Wienen for the lead. That pass ultimately carried Hetrick to his first 1-1 sweep of the season. The first 4 finished up in the same order, both motos. Impressive, but not as impressive as Joel Hetrick's great performance at Muddy Creek.
Got a first in the first moto. The second moto came out with another solid hole shot. Ran some solid laps. Chad got around me at the beginning. I found some good lines after following him for a while, and 2 card came out, and I put a hard charge on and got around him. It's just amazing to be able to run that laps with him and pass him and get the 1-1 and hold that points lead to 4 points behind now and going into High Point, my home state, so ready to rip it up and pull another 1-1 and get this points lead.
Hetrick closed the gap on Wienen, now sits 4 points back of the 3-time champ. Taking a look at the Pro-Am results, Nick Janusa pulled a Hetrick by going 1-1 in his motos for the win. Cody Jansen recovered from a 6th place finish in Moto 1 to 2nd in Moto 2, good enough for 2nd overall. Next stop on the ATV MX calendar, High Point, in less than 2 weeks' time. Well, make no mistake about it, we all want a championship to come down to this. A tie in the points, winner take all in Las Vegas. That's the scenario at the finale for the 2015 AMSOIL Arenacross Series. It happened Saturday night, and let me tell you, it was crazy and wild, but in the end, Desire won the championship. The tie-in points was between Husqvarna Tie Loop Tough Racing's Kyle Riegel and Team Babbitt's Monster Energy AMSOIL Kawasaki's Jacob Hayes. Right off the bat, that sandy start and pileup caused confusion, leaving number 63 Chris Blows to lead. He's fourth in points, 15 back. Hot on his heels, number 4 Riegel. But number 2 Hayes was on a charge and a mission. And when Hayes got to the next corner, Blows and Riegel were down. A few riders got by Riegel, who then mounted a passionate charge. Here going by the 116 of Bobby Canary on his Thermotech FMC Racing Yamaha. To the final lap, through the whoops, watch Riegel, here he comes, so close, but Hayes holds him off. Advantage, Hayes. But then moving on to Moto 2 and the same kind of pileup in the sand, who comes out in front? Motorsports.com, Hayseeker Racing KTM's Garrett Steinke. But where are our boys? Watch the lower left part of your screen, that's a collision. Let's take another look in slow-mo and close-up. Hayes comes flying in on Riegel, they hit, Riegel goes down. But here's the problem. Hayes rolls the finish line double with smoke bellowing out of his machine. That is not good. So Riegel picks it up again and charges again. Here going by a slowing Hayes, a broken water pump is the problem. Hayes would have to pull in, DNF his championship over. Steinke kept his composure and raced to his second main win of the season, while Kyle Riegel had his fate in his throttle hand and cruised home to a 9th place finish and the 2015 AMSOIL Arenacross National Championship. Steinke gets the overall with Riegel second with a 2-9. Crazy night. But we have one happy Texan on the podium.
I don't know, it really hasn't sinking in yet, but I'm pumped. I couldn't be any more happy with myself and the team. We fought hard all year long, and that last main event just showed it. It was tough out there. It was a lot of bumping and grinding, but I stuck to the plan and rode smart and got a good start. And I don't know, can't give it up enough for the team. Like I said, the bike's been amazing this year. Can't thank Husqvarna enough for giving me a machine to win on. And without the whole team behind me, I couldn't have done it. And super thankful, and can't wait to come back next year.
Congratulations to Kyle Riegel and Husqvarna on their championship. We're working on getting Kyle on the show for next week. Check out Arenacross on TV, Fox Sports 1. You can see the entire event unfold in front of your eyes, Sunday at 1 p.m. East, 10 a.m. Pacific. Some quick off-road racing news. The AMA has announced a U.S. World Trophy team for the 90th International 6 Days Enduro in Slovakia, September 7th through the 12th. Leading the U.S. ISDE effort for the World Trophy team will be Mike Brown, Thad Duvall, Tyler Roberts, Caleb Russell, Ryan Sipes, and Gary Sutherland. Brown will serve as team captain. And Auntie Callanan, KTM North America's off-road racing manager, will manage the team. That is a strong bunch of riders for the U.S. Can't wait to see how that unfolds. Now to round 3 of the 2015 GEICO AMA Endurocross Series at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. And the thing I love about it, well, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, the stumbling, the bumbling, the slips and the falls, it keeps my eyes glued. And Saturday night, rockstar Lucas Oil Husqvarna's Colton Haaker took an exciting win. But it wasn't easy, as Endurocross never is. When the race is on, it's number 10 Haaker who took the next entire $500 hole shot award. Fellow Husqvarna rider number 3 Mike Brown followed. Eventually, number 1 plated Cody Webb on the FMF RPM Team Maxxis KTM got moving. To the rocks. Haaker rips him. Brownie struggles. Here comes number 4 Jeff Aaron on the gas. Now to the dreaded wood pile. Haaker all over the place. Brownie throws it away. That's a bummer. Webb finds his way around. Oh, but we're not done with that pile of timber. Haaker with a bobble. Webb sees his chance, but Haaker squares him up, got underneath. Webb tries to respond, and the race is on. Side by side these guys would go, but a Mad Skills motocross move and Haaker squirts away. Haaker would take the advantage all the way to the house. Great to see Jeff Aaron back on the podium, and a fine ride by Griffunder and Tremaine. Points tie is broken, Haaker with 3 over Webb as they head to Austin, Texas, and the X Games, June 5th. Since we're talking off-road, tune in this weekend and watch GNCC Racing live right here on RacerTV.com. 3+ hours of bikes, 2+ hours of ATVs. You don't want to miss it. And our race calendar for the weekend, see live racing. GNCC is in Odessa, New York. like 30 minutes from Ithaca. Saturday, it's ATVs, and Sunday, it's bikes. Now, if you're on your way to Italy, World Superbikes are at Imola. Go see American PJ Jacobsen race up World Supersport. He's due for his first win.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Cherubies, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Okay, that's it for now. A quick shout out to multi-time Enduro and GNCC champ Charlie Mullins and his wife Rachel on the birth of their son Daxton. Very cool. And two-time GNCC champ and current GNCC and National Enduro points leader Caleb Russell and his wife Chandler, well, they're expecting their first child. New motorcycle racers everywhere. All right, one more thing before we get out of here. Thanks to New Ray for all these cool new toys that you see right here. Visit newrayusa.com to order your own. Time to check out. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch us. Please share this show with everyone that you love. For the fine crew here at the Racer X Show and Racer TV, my name's Greg, and remember, we are all racing all the time.